Well, today, the spotlight is on Africa and the best of Brooklyn. In a couple of weeks, you'll be able to immerse yourself in the cuisines from throughout the continent during New York City African Restaurant Week. It's all part of Brooklyn's Best Honors, which will take place at Madiba South African Restaurant right here in Fort Greene.
Well, joining us in the studio today are Akinsanya. Sorry, Akin. Welcome back to BK Live. He's been here before. Yes. He's a friend of the show. He's on the team at the New York African Restaurant Week. We're also happy to have one of the honorees of said thing that's going down over at Madiba, Andre Lewis. He's the director of Camp BedStuy, aimed at providing social, cultural, and recreational activities for kids in my favorite neighborhood. Welcome to BK Live, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I just have to say it's an honor to have both of you gentlemen here. It's good to see you again. But we were saying, we were like, where's the food?
We gave them the business.
Where's the food? So we're 2 weeks out, so we're gonna have to get you back in here.
We'll be glad to be back. Absolutely.
Okay. Can you tell us about African Restaurant Week? How was last year's? How did that turn out? And what you're looking forward to this year?
Thank you. I think last year we grew, and I'm going to say that's partly thanks to you guys. You brought us here, and you gave us some good publicity. It's great last year. This year we're even going bigger. It's, like we said, it's a celebration of the cuisine, the culture, and we also want to use that as an opportunity to, support small businesses, because a lot of these restaurants are really small businesses, and actually some businesses in the area would give you a discount, like Moshood and Fulton Street has offered that anyone that goes to one of the restaurants participating and that can prove it, he'll give them a 20% discount when they come into the store. So it's a way of just kind of tying the community together and supporting one another as well.
Well, I went to the website, and so I can see that there's restaurants participating in Manhattan,
Absolutely.
Brooklyn, and Long Island City.
Yeah.
And so I was just going down the list. I was like, I've been there. Oh, haven't been to that one. I've been there. Oh, where is that? You know what I mean?
So for us, one of the things we want to tell people is it's New York. We know you do similar and you eat out often, right?
Yeah. Right.
So just one day out of those 2 weeks, go to one of those restaurants. They're also going to be giving you a discount, So it's just, for me, we think it's just what the doctor ordered. Just go there one day, go check out one of the restaurants.
But what do you say to people that have never? This is New York, but to people who have never tried African, there's just so many different types of cuisine. Some people just sort of stay in their lane sometimes. How do you get people to try something new?
Well, I'll say it's really not all that different. You're going to find rice, you're going to have chicken, but the flavors might be different. So if you want a little flavor in you, you definitely have to go try one of the restaurants. Yeah.
All right, Andre, let's shine a light over here. Hillary Clinton once said, it takes a village to raise a child. Right. But no, you really are doing the work out there, and you're going to be honored as one of Brooklyn's best.
Right.
So tell us about Camp BedStuy.
Oh, Camp BedStuy. Well, Camp BedStuy is a camp that's located in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, that really combines non-traditional activities for children that live in the neighborhood, once again, during the summer months. So this summer we went to the White House, for instance. So we had an opportunity to take 56 students to the White House.
That's pretty non-traditional.
Yeah, it was really, it was definitely a challenge, but we did that. Our kids went ziplining this summer in Long Island, the Hamptons. So,
I saw the pictures.
Yeah, we did that.
I saw pictures.
Yeah. And so we do fencing every Monday in Von King Park. So we brought fencing to the neighborhood. We have a great robotics program where we teach children how to program robots and how to make them move from 1 centimeter to a foot by computer programming and coding. So that's pretty much what Camp BedStuy is about. We combine the arts, cultural, recreation activity, cultural experiences. So we'll go out to Madiba or Havana for lunch, and we've done that in past years. And our makeup, our population is very diverse in terms of families. So we have families who can afford to pay traditional camp fees, and we have families who are in camp for free, and of all ethnic races and backgrounds and cultures. And that's what
sounds like Brooklyn's best to me.
Once again, it's just to be a kid in Brooklyn, man.
Yeah, and our kids, they do have fun. Yeah, they do have fun. Yeah.
Okay, so how long has Camp BedStuy been around?
So we've been around for 3 years. We rebranded as Camp BedStuy. Out of business school, I called it something else, and so I figured, we'll call it Camp BedStuy. And for the last 2 years, we've been calling it Camp BedStuy. We've been around for about 3 to 4 years now.
Very cool.
So now, you're being quiet over here for a second, but, tell us what you sort of love about not necessarily Brooklyn and New York City, but what is it about sort of African food that how would you describe it once again to people who just it's kind of hard for them to make that leap? I have so many people that like, oh, I don't do that.
I mean, African food is kind of very diverse, from North Africa all the way to South Africa. So you'll find different influences. Like people will tell you down south, you find a lot of influences of African food in cuisine down south. So it's really not all that different. Yeah, the flavors are very different, that's for sure. The spices, the flavors. So if you want some flavor, definitely go check it out. It's still good. You're still gonna get the flavor is just what really makes it unique and different.
I just think it's so diverse. I mean, you just
is.
can't say I don't eat African food. There's Nigerian food, there's Ethiopian
it's hard for you
food.
to say this is African food. You know what I mean?
Are you kidding?
It's hard for you to just say
New York have the best food.
African food because there's just so much diversity.
So why is it important then to spotlight the African continent, the fullness of Africa through the cuisine, especially in a space where we have a restaurant week and we have pizza and Chinese on speed dial? Why is it important to highlight the fullness of the continent through the food?
I just think it might be a way for you to start to introduce you to the culture as a whole. Maybe you might like the food and one day decide you want to travel to Africa. So I think it's also a population that's probably not been a cuisine that's not been spoken for. When it comes to mainstream America. So for us, we think it's great to bring that to New York as well. Have more people try to be part of the conversation as far as food is concerned.
Well, Andre, you're not a novice to this. You didn't just fall into being honored. Right. I hear that you have some Nigerian roots there.
Well, further down the family tree, but I am more Jamaican than anything else. Yeah, I am. But yeah, my father's side of the family, we enjoy some Nigerianness. Yeah.
How big do you want Camp BedStuy to grow? When it comes around this time next year, is the funding there? Are the resources there? Is the staffing there? What do you need to continue this? I would say very progressive approach to summer camp.
Well, yeah, growth. I mean, we've grown. So last year, previous summer, we were at 75 kids. We're at probably 110, 120 this summer. Camp BedStuy has great growth potential. Obviously, we're one of the only camps in Bedford-Stuyvesant that are doing this work. In terms of funding, we receive no government funding, in which we kind of pride ourselves on. All of our support comes through our families, so our families do invest in our programs. We do get social venture money, so project-based money, experiential money, if you will. We enjoy that. We're really thinking about this model and how it's going to work. Thinking about a hybrid. We're thinking about different things because the conversation continues around how do we keep this going, obviously. The parents don't pay they're not paying the real costs for this program. And so, yeah, we definitely are exploring our options, and we have options because I think we are a great program, and I think a lot of people have acknowledged us for that.
And you're being highlighted as one of Brooklyn's best. Can you share anyone else who's going to be honored Saturday night?
Actually, it's going to be Tuesday night next week at Madiba Restaurant. So my friend Keith Forrest, he's been doing this for a while now. And then he comes, and we had this conversation, and he says, "Why not during African Restaurant Week?" And we thought it would be great to honor Mashoud, who's been part. He's been part of this. He's been part of this community for so long. And we're also going to honor an actor, Benga Kinagbe.
A good friend of mine, actually, and he's an entrepreneur and activist, as well as an actor.
The come up.
But yes, so I will definitely be in attendance. I'm excited that they're honoring you as well. Like I said, I'm Facebook friends with you, so all summer long I've just been watching all the pictures from your excited kids. So
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
African Restaurant Week. We got plenty of options to choose from.